Kia ora everybody, welcome back to Creative Curiosity. I'm your host, my name is Te Haunui Tuna. As we all know, or as you probably already know, Chadwick Boseman passed away a couple of days ago, the Black Panther, King T'Challa. And today's episode is dedicated to him and what he meant to not only myself, but a lot of other people as well. Alright, where do we start? First off, it was super shocking, like random news. I remember just waking up from a nap and I checked my phone and I went onto Facebook and then I saw a post saying that he had passed away and I didn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. And then I went to Twitter just to check and yeah, he had passed away. And I was scrolling for like a few hours too that day and just sort of trying to believe it, which I didn't want to. Gutted, super gutted. And it's crazy to think how somebody you've never met and probably, wouldn't have never met or, could have never met, could have such an effect on you. And he was one of those fellas. And him passing away, this one feels a bit different. And it feels different because of what he represented, what he represents, and what him playing the roles he played means to not only black people, but to, indigenous people around the world as well, and non-indigenous too. But yeah, going to Black Panther. Let's talk about Black Panther for a second. I don't think there could have been anyone better than him. The way he carried himself, not only on screen but off screen, like with interviews related to Black Panther. You could tell that he's just a super, super humble guy, and he's a person who raises other people up before himself, who always has more than enough praise to give to other people. And what Black Panther means and what he was representation for black people around the world, and even for us, like as Māori, as Indigenous, like seeing Black Panther, like when I went to watch Black Panther and came out of that theatre, I felt super proud to be Māori. It was the same sort of feeling I had when I came out of Moana, because it was seeing, Moana was seeing our culture, part of it was our culture up on the big screen, and seeing yourself in that film, but with Black Panther, because it's, superheroes, and because I've always looked up to superheroes and comics and, things like that my whole life. And so seeing Black Panther and just seeing how they were on screen, like they were fully themselves, like they were their culture. They spoke Mosa, they had African dialects, they didn't sound American. And it was beautiful to see, and it was easy to see ourselves in that film, and that's what representation does. And Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, he, for a lot of people, is, he's our Superman. He's the tippy top of superheroes to look up to, because you see yourself in him. You see yourself in their character. And like, not even him. Like, my favorite character from Black Panther was General Okoye. And then she's his general. And she's female. And what I loved about what they did and what they portrayed was, they portrayed strength. Moving towards the end of the movie, they portrayed empathy and compassion and responsibility for not only their own people, but for other people around the world who need help. And I just want to talk about an interview I saw with Chadwick Boseman talking about what Black Panther means to a lot of people, and it was, it's not more than just an escape. People go to watch films to escape from their daily lives sometimes, but he said what it does is it gives hope, and it does. I've seen posts of children who are broken about him passing away, and messages written by their parents talking about what he means to them. And I got a message from one of my friends on Instagram. She's Māori, and her son has a small list of heroes, and on that list he has his dad and his koro, and Black Panther is on there too because of what he represented and what he represents. So yeah, this is a big one. This is a big one for the culture, and as an aspiring filmmaker myself, the effect that he has had and that people like him have had on the culture and on the world is one of the reasons that I want to get into filmmaking. It has that power to inspire, to instill hope. I want to be around people, to have the privilege of being around people who can do that too, and to step into other people's light and, inspire our people. And I hope that his passing has taught us a lesson, about the time that we have, and the power that we have to inspire others. Also, I want to talk about his. There's a speech that he gave, and he was talking about Denzel Washington and how without Denzel Washington there'll be no Black Panther. One of the reasons being, he said, because Denzel Washington paid for a scholarship, I think it was. Don't quote me on this, but Chadwick was the recipient of one of those scholarships. So Denzel Washington pretty much paid for Chadwick's fees to go to Howard University. And then he said another point was because of the groundwork that actors like Denzel have laid down, actors like Chadwick and the rest of the cast of Black Panther have been able to share their art and, act and take on roles that aren't stereotypical of Black people. Take on roles that are powerful and are inspiring, and have a better representation of their people. So yeah, these are a lot of the reasons that his passing has affected so many people. His post on Twitter announcing his passing was the most liked tweet on Twitter. Like, not that that's important, but that just goes to show how loved he was and is. But yeah, he's I was talking to my mate Tia the other day about his passing and how, although we ain't Black, we're Māori, he still feels like our king, you know what I mean? And that's because of the way from what we've seen, from the way he's carried himself, the things that he has said, the people he has spoken about in the way that he has done so. And yeah, just the hope that he gives us. And another thing we were saying is about him, like how people call him a king, is nobody can call themselves like nobody can relegate themselves as a king. Only the people around you and the people who believe in you and who love you can do that. And I think everybody has spoken But I just wanted to end, just on a couple of words about this year. It's been a crazy year, and we never know what's around the corner. So I just encourage all of us, myself included, to make the time that we have count. Like, do things that are fulfilling to you, and do things that are that are meaningful and fulfilling to you. Like, don't try not to live life on other people's terms. Life's too short. But yeah, it's going to end. I saw a post by Danai Gurira, who was General Okoye, and she had a bit of ngosa at the end. So I want to try to pronounce it, and I believe translated it means sleep well, king, or my king. So pretty much rest in peace, our king. But I'm going to try to say it, and I'm going to speak into it at the end of it. But lala ngolo kumkani kia au te moe e taku kingi. Rest in peace, king. Gonna miss you. Mauri o rao.